She posted, "Finally free from that loser." After our breakup, I commented, "Same." Then tagged her in the security footage of her cheating. Her new boyfriend saw it first. I, 27 male, had been with Brooke, 26, for 3 years. We lived together in my apartment for the last year and a half. 2 weeks ago, she broke up with me out of nowhere, claiming we'd grown apart and she needed to find herself. Classic breakup speech, right? I was devastated, but accepted it. Asked her to move out. Within the week, since the lease was in my name, she packed up while I was at work, left her key on the counter with a sticky note that said, "Thanks for the memories." I thought that was the end of it. Then yesterday happened. I'm scrolling through Instagram during lunch when I see her post. Picture of her with some dude. Caption reading, "Finally free from that loser." Can't believe I wasted 3 years on someone so boring and pathetic. Upgrade achieved. #new beginnings. Actually happy. No more dead weight. The comments were brutal. Her friends piling on about how I was never good enough and how she deserved better. Her mom even commented, "So glad you finally saw the light, honey." I sat there, sandwich halfway to my mouth, just processing. The thing is, I'd already moved on mentally. Sure, it stung, but I wasn't going to engage with that petty nonsense. Then I remembered something. See, I work in IT security. After some break-ins in our building last year, I'd installed a small camera system in our apartment. Completely legal. She knew about it, even helped me position one near the door. What she didn't know was that the system auto-backed up to the cloud for 30 days. Curious, I logged into the system during my break, started scrolling back through the footage from the past month. And holy hell. Multiple instances of her bringing that same guy from her Instagram post to our apartment while I was at work. The timestamps showed this had been going on for at least 6 weeks before our breakup. One particularly clear video from 3 weeks ago showed them making out on our couch, her saying, "Nate's such an idiot, he has no idea." But here's the kicker. In another clip from last month, they're in our kitchen and she's on the phone with someone, saying, "Yeah, Mom, I'm waiting until after Nate pays for my car repairs to dump him." Another few weeks max. My car repair payment for her Honda? $2,200, paid in full the week before she left. I downloaded everything. 12 separate incidents, all date and time stamped. The quality was good enough to see faces clearly. Now, I could have been mature about it, could have just kept quiet and moved on. But that Instagram post calling me pathetic, the comments from people I'd cooked dinner for? Nah, I commented on her post, "Same here, finally free." Then I tagged her in a new post of my own, the security footage compilation, all 12 clips edited together with timestamps visible. Caption, "When you realize the loser had receipts the whole time. BW Brooke, you left some stuff here, your dignity, for example." The first person to see it? Her new boyfriend, Derek. He was tagged too. Within minutes, my phone exploded. Brooke calling, texting, leaving voicemails. I didn't answer any of it, but I did watch the chaos unfold on social media. Derek commented, "WTF is this?" Then, "You told me you broke up with him months ago." Then he was gone. Untagged himself, unfollowed her, relationship status back to single. Brooke's friends who'd been trashing me? Deleting their comments real quick. Her post went from 200 plus likes to 43 in an hour. The best part was her mom's reaction. She commented on my post, "Brooke Ann Fletcher, call me now." Then Brooke tried damage control. Posted some word salad about toxic exes trying to ruin her happiness, and how I was violating her privacy. Girl, you brought another man into my apartment that I was paying for. My buddy Ryan screenshot her original post before she dirty deleted it. By evening, it was spreading through our mutual friend groups. Turns out Derek was someone she'd met at her gym, and told everyone there that she'd been single for months. His ex-girlfriend reached out to me laughing, saying he'd cheated on her with Brooke, but karma got him quick. I'm sitting here now, phone on silent, bourbon in hand, watching 3 years of manipulation unravel in real time. Sometimes the high road is overrated. Update 1. Woke up to 47 actually 62 missed calls. 28 from Brooke, 11 from her mom Diane, 6 from her best friend Chloe, and the rest from numbers I didn't recognize. Plus enough texts to write a novel. The highlights: Brooke, take it down now or I'm calling the police. Also Brooke, please, I'm begging you, Derek won't talk to me. Also, Brooke, you're ruining my life over nothing. Still, I'll pay you back for the car repairs. Desperately. Can we talk? I made a mistake. Diane, her mom, you need to be the bigger person here. Also, Diane, this is harassment. My daughter is crying. Plot twist. Diane, I didn't raise her like this. I'm sorry, Nate. But the best messages came from Derek. Apparently, my man did some digging after seeing the videos. Bro, I had no idea. She said you were abusive and she'd been single since January. She's been using my credit card for stuff she said was for our future. Just found out she's been texting her ex Trevor too. We're done. Can I buy you a beer? I feel like an asshole. I actually felt bad for Derek. We'd never met, but getting played sucks no matter who you are. Told him no hard feelings, he didn't know. Then things got interesting. Chloe showed up at my apartment at 9 a.m. I answered through the doorbell camera. Nate, please. Brooke's having a breakdown. She hasn't stopped crying. And she needs you to take the video down. It's humiliating. Chloe, she called me pathetic and boring to hundreds of people. She cheated for at least 6 weeks. She used me for money. Where's the sympathy for my humiliation? That's different. You're a guy, you can handle it. I just laughed and stopped responding. She stood there for another 10 minutes before leaving. Around noon, Brooke tried a new strategy. She made a TikTok. Oh yeah, she went there, crying with no makeup, talking about how her narcissistic ex was trying to destroy her because he couldn't handle rejection. How I was a controlling man who monitored her every move with cameras. Problem is, one of my coworkers, Janet, is TikTok famous-ish, like 100K followers. She saw Brooke's video and responded with her own, including screenshots of Brooke's original loser post and a brief explanation of what actually happened. Janet's video got 10x the views in an hour. The comments on Brooke's TikTok were not what she expected. Girl, you cheated and got caught. Take the L. Imagine calling someone pathetic then crying when they defend themselves. Not the consequences of my own actions. She deleted it within 2 hours. But wait, there's more. Update 2. Y'all are not ready for how this escalated. So Brooke's dad, Roger, called me. Now Roger's always been cool. We used to watch football together and he'd privately apologize for some of Brooke's behavior before. Dude sounded tired. Nate, I'm not calling to defend her. I saw the videos, I'm disgusted. But Diane is making my life hell, and Brooke won't stop wailing. What would it take for you to remove the post? Roger, I'm not trying to be difficult, but she publicly humiliated me first. She called me pathetic. She used me. I'm just telling the truth. He sighed. I know, kid. I know. Let me ask you something. Did she ever pay you back for that weekend trip to Miami last year? The one for her friend's bachelorette party? No. She said she would, but $1,800, right? I saw the charge on your statement when you guys were showing me something on your laptop. How about the MacBook you bought her for Christmas? Roger, I'm sending you $5,000, not as a bribe, as an apology from a father who apparently raised an entitled brat. Do whatever you want with the post. Before I could protest, he hung up. The money hit my Venmo an hour later with a note. For the bullshit, Roger. I didn't take the post down. That afternoon, Derek reached out again. We actually met for that beer. Turns out, Brooke had been playing him worse than me. She'd told him she was a marketing director at some tech startup. Reality? She's a part-time social media coordinator at a vitamin shop. Told him her family had money. Reality? They're middle class like everyone else. The apartment she claimed was her friend's place where she was temporarily staying? That was her parents' basement. Derek showed me their texts. She'd been planning their future together, talking about marriage, kids, the works. While she was living with me, the dude looked broken. She said you were abusive, he told me over his third beer. Said you monitored her every move, wouldn't let her see friends, controlled her money. Bro, she went to Miami for Earl's trip on my dime. She had full access to everything. I barely knew where she was half the time. She played us both. We actually ended up having a decent time. Turns out we both like the same football team. Weird how things work out. That night, the plot thickened. Brooke's ex before me, Trevor, slid into my DMs with receipts. Yo, saw your post. Not surprised. She did the same thing to me 3 years ago. Look at this. He sent me screenshots from when they dated. Identical pattern. She'd cheated on him with me, though I had no idea she was with someone. She'd told me she'd been single for months when we met. The messages showed her trash-talking Trevor to her friends while setting up dates with me. She called me pathetic too when I caught her. Posted about it and everything. I just didn't have video proof like you. I asked if I could share his screenshots. He said, go for it. So I made update post number 2, since she wants to talk about patterns. The Trevor receipts went live at 9 p.m. By 10 p.m., Brooke had gone full nuclear. Update 3. Brooke showed up at my work. Yeah, she went there. Security called me down to the lobby. There she was, mascara running, holding a box of what I assume were supposed to be apology cookies. The security guard, Jerome, was trying not to laugh. Sir, this young lady says she needs to speak with you urgently. Nate, please. 5 minutes, that's all I'm asking. I looked at Jerome. Can you stay here? As a witness? He nodded, pulled out his phone, definitely started recording. Brooke, you have 2 minutes. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I called you names. I'm sorry about Derek, but you're destroying my life. I lost my job. Wait, what? My manager saw everything. She said I created a hostile social media presence that reflects badly on the company. That vitamin shop she worked at? Turns out they have a social media policy. And publicly calling someone pathetic and boring, then getting exposed as a cheater, violates their values of integrity and respect. That's not my fault, Brooke. You posted first. But you didn't have to respond. You could have been the bigger person. Like when you were the bigger person by cheating on me for 6 weeks? She actually threw the cookies at me. Jerome stepped in. Ma'am, you need to leave before I call the police. This isn't over, Nate. You'll regret this. Cool. Jerome, can you email me that recording? She stormed out. Jerome sent me the video within minutes. That was better than reality TV, he said. But she wasn't done. Oh no. That evening, I got a call from my landlord. Brooke had contacted him, claiming she was still a tenant and I'd illegally evicted her. She wanted back in. Thank God I'd been smart about documentation. Sent him the proof that she'd moved out voluntarily, left her key, and was never on the lease. He laughed it off and warned me she sounded unhinged. Then came the messages from random numbers. Brooke had apparently recruited her cousin Destiny and some other friends to harass me. You're a small dick energy loser who can't handle rejection. Brooke deserves better than your petty ass. Real men don't seek revenge. I didn't respond to any of them, but I did post the security footage of her throwing cookies at me at work with the caption, "Update, she seems to be handling the breakup well." The comments were golden, not the cookies. Jerome deserves a raise. She really thought baked goods would fix this? Then Derek commented, "Those are store-bought cookies, BW. She told me she was a great baker, but I never saw her cook anything." Even Roger liked that comment, but the real tea came from an unexpected source. Final update. Remember Chloe, Brooke's best friend? She DM'd me last night. I need to tell you something. Apparently, Brooke had been planning this for months, not just the cheating, but the whole humiliate Nate publicly exit strategy. Chloe had screenshots of their group chat where Brooke laid out her plan. 1. Find a new guy with more money, Derek. 2. Use me for expenses until Derek was locked in. 3. Break up suddenly to maximize emotional damage. 4. Post publicly about how terrible I was to control the narrative. 5. Play victim if I retaliated. Brooke's message from 2 months ago. Nate's so predictable, he'll probably just cry and accept it. Boring men always do. Another message. Derek's taking me to Turks and Caicos next month. Still gonna make Nate pay for my car first, though. Chloe was sending me these because Brooke had turned on her too. When Chloe suggested maybe publicly humiliating me was too much, Brooke had called her jealous and bitter in their friend group chat. She's not who I thought she was, Chloe wrote. I'm sorry for my part in this. I posted the screenshots with one final update. When you plan to humiliate someone for months, but forget that receipts work both ways. I'm done now, moving on to better things. The response was swift and brutal. Derek's ex-girlfriend commented, she did all this planning, and Derek still left her for a bartender at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wait, what? Turns out Derek had already rebounded with someone new. Posted a story with a girl named Cassidy last night. Brooke had been bombing his phone begging for another chance while he was literally on a date. Roger texted me, I showed Diane everything. We're getting her therapy. This is not the daughter we raised. I'm sorry, son. Even Trevor chimed in. Bro, we started a support group. You, me, and Derek, survivors of Hurricane Brooke. This morning, I woke up to one last message from Brooke. A long rambling email about how I'd ruined her life over nothing and how she'd never forgive me for exposing her private moments. I didn't reply, but I did forward it to her dad with a note. You might want to accelerate that therapy. The best part? My original "same here" finally free comment now has more likes than her deleted post ever did. Life's actually pretty good now. That $5,000 from Roger? I used part of it to take a solo trip to the mountains this weekend. Posted some hiking photos. Living my best life. Derek and I are weirdly becoming friends. We game online sometimes. He's dating Cassidy the bartender. She seems cool and thinks the whole situation is hilarious. Trevor started dating someone new too. She reached out to both Derek and me for a background check on Brooke after finding out Trevor's ex was her friend. We told her everything. She thanked us and said Brooke was already blocked. Brooke's still posting cryptic quotes about rising above the haters and knowing your worth. Each post gets fewer likes than the last. Her comment sections are turned off now. Chloe and I actually grabbed coffee yesterday. Not romantically, just two people bonding over realizing someone we trusted was toxic. She told me Brooke's been begging everyone for money since she lost her job. Even made a GoFundMe, claiming she was a victim of cyber harassment. It raised $73, all from her mom. The vitamin shop apparently hired someone new already. The new girl follows me on Instagram and likes all my posts, which is kind of funny. My coworker Janet's TikTok about the situation hit 1 million views. She offered to make me TikTok famous. I declined. I've had enough internet drama for a lifetime. Jerome the security guard asks me for updates every morning. He says it's better than his soap operas. Started calling me Cookie Man. Looking back, the signs were all there. The way she'd trash her ex, how she always needed money but never seemed to work full hours. The constant need for validation on social media. How she'd get angry when I didn't react to her provocations the way she expected. But you know what? I'm grateful it happened this way. If she hadn't posted that loser comment, I might never have looked at the security footage. Might never have known the truth. Would have spent months wondering what I did wrong. Instead, I got to watch karma work in real time, and made some unexpected friends in the process. To everyone asking if I regret posting the videos, nope. She attempted to publicly humiliate someone she'd been deceiving for months. She got exactly what she deserved, the truth, served cold. The security system? Still installed. Still recording. Because you never know when receipts might come in handy. And Brooke, since I know you're reading this, Chloe told me you check my profiles daily. That offer to return your dignity still stands. But you might want to check if you ever had it in the first place. Peace out. I'm going hiking again this weekend, living that pathetic life she saved me from. Edit. Stop asking for the security footage, not sharing it beyond what was needed to make my point. I'm not trying to go viral, just wanted to clear my name. Edit 2. To the 3 people who found Brooke's GoFundMe and donated $1.01 with comments like, "For the cookies," and "Here's your dignity fund. Y'all are wrong for that." Funny though. Edit 3. Derek just texted me. Brooke made a fake profile to message Cassidy claiming Derek cheated with her last week. Cassidy immediately knew it was BS because she and Derek were at her family's house out of state last week. Brooke used a photo from 2 months ago as proof. The desperation is real.